early and here before 11 o'clock. We are just making sure that we're going to be online for 11 with Lisa and Anton.
The internet has been a bit squirrely.
It's been a bit squirrely. It's been a little bit odd and squirrely of late, has to be said. And I do see ourselves. I see ourselves even as we speak live. And I've also, on my phone, received notification that we are live as well.
There we go.
So I would say, fairly categorically at this point, we are in fact live both on the Tube of You and the Book of Face.
Hi, Denise.
So, gosh, she's there early.
Yep, we have 6 people watching already.
Goodness gracious, they're getting good. Good morning, Heather. Good morning, Heather.
Hi, Kim. Well,
so, let's see
how
we're doing.
Fantastical Friday, isn't it?
Is it? It's fantastical Fridays.
Hi, Shelley. Hello, every beautiful person.
They are beautiful. People are very beautiful.
I would like to say that we are feeling quite a bit better today.
We are. Good morning, Gilda.
Yesterday was a bit of a rough one, but well worth it. Vaccines certainly beat ventilators, in my opinion.
I would
Good morning, Carol.
I would strongly recommend it.
Hi, Anita. So, yeah, we had a little bit of a rough day, a little achy, a little fevery, and we didn't go into work, but, you know.
I did.
Well, you had to because of the internet. I went to bed because I had
Our
a fever.
internet was absolutely foobar yesterday.
I went to bed because I had a fever.
Heather says, yay for feeling better. I hope you're doing okay too, Heather. I know you've got some challenges at the moment, so I love going out to you.
Yeah, we do feel better, and we're going in today because...
Yeah. Good morning, Wendy. Good morning,
openings.
Sparky. Good morning, Shannon. Oh my gosh, have we got boxes coming today?
Well, I think so. We don't know.
I know we've got some. Well, according to, there should be 8 boxes of Llewellyn in the wind. So they should be a lot. They should be.
Key rings.
Yeah.
All kinds of gemstone key rings.
We got stuff. So you'll probably see us later with box openings. But now it's officially 11 o'clock.
It's officially Elevensies.
We should probably start Elevensies with Lisa and Anton. Good morning. I am Anton, as you may or may not know. So welcome indeed to our morning show. Beautiful day. It's our 20th episode today.
Episodes.
Yeah, which cunningly enough is getting close to about how many years I've been in this country. Ha ha. There's the segue there. Did you like that?
Well, you've been in the country 22 years.
Well, I see, segue. Because segue, I'm trying to segue into what we're talking about.
Oh, well, it's Fantastical Fridays, and we're starting with the story of our fantastical relationship.
The fantastic story of how we met.
So how far did we get last time?
Well, we did the super recap, like, you can't stand computers. I was a geek, mid-Wales, software guy, managed to get all sorts of strings pulled to get actually on the internet, which was like ridiculous at the time, and we met online, which is before it was even a thing.
Phone bill $750.
Then I think we started talking on the phone, right. And the phone bill was obscene.
Astronomical.
Yeah, mine was just as obscene as Lisa's, believe me.
So then we decided. And then I said that my dad had gotten ill and moved in with me.
Right.
And it was looking to be like a really bad holiday season.
This is language barriers. Yeah, we talked about
language barriers a little bit. Oh yeah, we did a little bit of that. We did the fanny pack and the knock 'em up. Yeah, we still have interesting things with the language barriers because
every day
Anton knows these interesting things called Cockney rhyming slang.
Oh well, where I'm not a Cockney though.
No, but every once in a while, even 20-some years later, there's a new one, and I have to write it down to report it to Avalon.
She needs to know. She's collecting them.
Needs to know she's collecting them.
She's collecting them. Okay. Well,
hi,
that's good
Lori.
enough.
Hi, Jen. Hi, Karen.
Gosh.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
All right.
So it would eventually.
So we decided you were going to come.
Yeah.
And you bought your ticket.
I did.
But at that point, we still didn't know what the other one looked like.
Yeah, that was actually true. We had no idea.
So we decided like a couple of days before you were going to get off the plane that we should exchange pictures.
Yeah, it's probably too late for that because.
And I think you said something like. I think you said something like, "I hope you don't have a hand growing out of the middle of your forehead" or something as a joke. And
that was about it.
And I said, "No, I'd have nothing recognizable like that you could notice in the airport."
Oh gosh. She's playing us while she's waiting on a client. Well, good morning, Erin. Okay, well, thank you for
Robert's
playing
here
us. We appreciate that.
And another Carol, so we're going.
So yeah, I managed to knit a hole in my schedule, so to speak, And this would have been, I booked my flight for December the 15th, 1998. And I flew on British Airways at the time. I flew from London. I travelled down to London.
And then, since you were a licensed pilot, they let you in the cockpit,
well, this was long before 9/11. Oh, so yeah. I cheekily asked, and I got to spend a lot of the ride on the flight deck, chatting to peeps. It was quite interesting.
Unlike when you got here and they gave you...
Yeah, so they were very, very cordial and all that fun stuff. And I remember looking, because the approach into JFK is over Long Island and I think Fire Island and all that. And I thought, oh, this is pretty interesting. And getting my first glimpse of the Statue of Liberty and think, oh, this is pretty. This is going to be, yeah, you know. Interesting this.
I'm going to see my psychotic girlfriend in a hippie town.
No. Good morning, Nessa. Good morning. So yeah, I was all super excited and all that, and I thought, here I am, going to land. You know, I'd travelled a bit, not really extensively.
Throughout Europe, really.
Yeah, I'd also been behind the Iron Curtain at the time. I'd been to Bulgaria.
Plovdiv,
which is the second city in Bulgaria. It's like Birmingham is to London, I guess, in the UK. But yeah, so anyway, I flew into JFK. Now, understand, this is, in my mind, this is where Concorde used to land. So this, in my mind, would have been the most premier airport in the most premier city of the free world. What I had in my mind, first impression, you know, this is what I'm expecting. So when I arrived at the terminal in JFK, I was surprised to see it was in a state of fairly, what shall we say, disrepair. It wasn't exactly wow.
State of the art, right?
And then I met the guys from, I guess it's the Department of Agriculture. Is it? I mean, they're all going around like little officious people. Stay behind the line. Stay behind the line. You know. And they're not. There's no please. There's no. You know. They're just. They're just grunt at you.
Yet.
Well, we can talk about that later. That's a story for another day. But yeah, you stay behind this line and you wind up in this kind of queue, and then people are going, got anything to eat? Got any food? Got any food? I said, what, you know, you like starving or something?
Hungry? I can buy a hamburger.
What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to be like paying for a burger for you? I've never been here before.
What's the protocol for tipping? I don't know.
So turns out this is obviously Department of Agriculture, and they're concerned about people bringing food into the country. So anyway, getting through this incredible, strange thing, we arrive and we met, and then we drove back, and it was,
beautiful.
Oh,
right?
Wild.
And we went and got our Yule tree. And
our first trip was
of course, Clarice, my little pussycat,
knocked it down several
times.
times.
Tie it to the window.
Yeah.
Because that would have been my first holiday in the apartment as well.
So yeah, and unfortunately, I'd only booked, I think it was about 10 days. Is that all the time I could possibly manage between clients and stuff like that? So I had to fly back between Christmas and the New Year, as was then, and it was such a wrench to leave. I didn't want to leave, you know. It was amazing traveling 3,500 miles to meet somebody you've never met before, but you've known your entire life. If that makes any sense at all. It was. So now what?
Now we're separated and heart aching.
Oh no! Now the phone bill gets really bloody expensive.
And you have to understand, I'm a little girl from upstate New York, and I've never been on a plane before. Right?
They're perfectly safe for the most part.
So, my dad is living with me, and a good friend of mine who...
Smaro said she's crying.
Aw.
It's had that effect on people. I'm sorry, Smaro.
And a good friend of mine who was a doctor got my dad into to see one of the top 3 thoracic surgeons in the world. Manjik Bains at Sloan Kettering. Mm-hmm. So I took my dad down there.
Brilliant doctor.
And he said, well, your dad has to quit smoking. If he'll stop trying to kill himself, I'll try to save his life. So my dad is now 84 years old and going to quit smoking.
You told me his entire diet was basically coffee, cheese doodles, and
cigarettes. Cheese doodles, chocolate ice cream, and cigarettes. Yes. Yeah. But anyway,
food of champions.
Then he'd live to be 84 that way. All right. So I had a small window between February and April because his surgery was scheduled for April. They were giving him like this 12-week window to fix his lungs, basically enough to be able to live through the surgery.
Yeah.
So I said, well, Dad, I'm going to go to England and I'm going to see where Anton lives. I'm going to go to Wales. And my father was like, yeah, sis, do what you got to do. So I got my passport and I got my first plane ticket. So my first ride on a plane is going to be 3,000 miles. So they asked me, I remember them asking me, would you like a window or an aisle? And I said, oh, a window. For going down, I want to see it. You know?
Oh, come on. Should be more positive.
I was, but it's just, hey. So I remember it was myself by the window and a young couple who were going on their honeymoon to London.
Wow.
And she was hysterically nervous. The seat, by the time we taxied out onto the runway, she was literally shaking in the seat. And
That's going to help, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought, well, this is going to be good. And I loved it. I really loved it. And then when I got there, Birmingham is quite a city.
It is.
But we were going to Mid Wales.
Which isn't.
And it seemed like we were driving and the road was getting smaller, and we were driving and the road was getting smaller, and the driving and the road was getting smaller. Because honestly, our driveway at the shop was about like the main road into Sarn, pretty much.
Well, certainly one of the roads.
Up to the city, yeah.
Certainly our road up to our house, yeah.
So definitely. I thought, well, maybe he really is an axe murderer and he just couldn't get his axe through customs and I'm never going to see New York again. Because there were 6 people that lived on his road. But Old Hall Cottage was beautiful and it was built, in the 1500s or something like that?
A little bit later than that. Well, it's sort of like, not really sure.
Evolved
it's like the maps weren't that good. We didn't get electricity up our lane until in the 60s.
Yeah, so it's beautiful. And the Kaibitra, this stream runs right by the front of the house. And we had a fantastic visit. And then we were apart again until August, I think, when you could come next.
Yeah, because you had to get your dad through the surgery and all that sort of stuff.
And then, so August 99, we've been together ever since. We would go, we'd spend a month here, and then we'd spend a month there.
Yep.
And then we'd spend a month here, and then we spend a month there.
We basically commuted for the first 10 years of our relationship.
And Seriously. My dad lived 4 years. So he did really well, but that's a story for another fantastical Friday.
Yeah, it is, because that's pretty good. We're going to have to tell people about your first experience in Wales.
Oh, I have to. Yes, I have to talk about. This is so much,
but we're already at
next
11:11.
Next Friday, we'll talk about my first visit to a restaurant.
Well, it was a pub actually, but it's a nice pub. It's a good pub in Bishop's Castle that we went to. But yeah, we'll there's plenty of stories there. There's just amazing stuff. But no, it's so amazing. But I think it was your first visit when, just like me, the Welsh landscape claimed you for its own.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Oak, Ash, and Thorn.
Oh
and
goodness.
And the 6 bells.
The 6. You remember it well. She knows the name
Bob
of it.
Plant used to go in there for a drink.
My name's Bob Plant. You're going to buy me a beer?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right. So here is... Oh, no!
So it's the fantastic Fridays.
It's Friday. We're going into the weekend. And our card of the day is the 9 of Swords. Now, this person is fretting, right?
Just a little bit.
A lot. But what I'd like to point out is this little scene on the bottom, right? And it's funny we're talking about my dad because this was something he used to recite. One fine day in the middle of the night, 2 dead boys got up to fight.
Back to back, they faced each other.
No, wait. One was blind and the other couldn't see.
Oh.
So they used a pillow for referee. Back to back, they faced each other, drew their swords, and shot each other. A deaf policeman heard the noise and came and killed the 2 dead boys. So this card is basically
the full story.
Worry for nothing. Worry for nothing. So this again is about being a warrior and not a worrier. So today's advice from me is check yourself.
Check yourself, man.
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And is this scenario real, or are you playing it out in your head? and you can change it if it's not real. And you could even change it if it is sort of real. Mm-hmm. So
we talked about this yesterday.
Intense planning is way better than worrying. Have a plan
A.
You
like to call it.
Have a plan. No, well, like we didn't know how we would feel for today or tomorrow for psychic
That's true.
fair.
That's very true.
So we had a plan A, a plan B, and even a plan C in case other people aren't well too. So,
but we're doing okay.
We are.
We're doing okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know how long we're gonna last today. I don't think we'll be there too long, and we'll come home and rest to make sure we can deal with tomorrow because psychotic fair has gotten a bit out of hand in a wonderful way. Yeah. So what is your advice for today?
Oh, everything we said yesterday. And seriously, if you can't remember what we said, Heather says been living that card lately. Well, Heather, look at yesterday's show. Go back and check it out because we talk about dwellers on the threshold. And we talk about, what you focus on comes into focus. And it really is, this person is absolutely distraught, as Lisa says, but this would be so much better if people could just focus on, the positive outcome. And if you focus on the positive outcome, you're aiming for that. What you focus on is what comes into focus. That's what you're aiming for. So don't do your manifestation in reverse and draw energy to the bad stuff you really don't want. I know it's very trite and it's very easy to say that. You say, well, can't you see what the hell's going on? Yeah, I get it. These things are real and these are a real problem. But honestly, what you focus on comes into focus. So please take a moment, check yourself, as Lisa says, and really try to focus on the positive. We all have crap to deal with, every single one of us. And everybody you meet has a story we know nothing about. Right. Everybody's fighting their own battles.
And if you wake up in the morning and you can't decide if you feel good or not, pick good.
Somebody's finding, don't you dare put any of the fairy princess.
I'm not. Somebody said, could you post a picture of whales? So I'm looking.
Sure, we will. I'm
looking for a picture of Old Hall Cottage.
We'll try and get a little bit of a slideshow and I'll figure out how to do that.
No, I'm just going to put one picture. I'm searching through all of our old pictures.
How are you going to put it out? Are you going to post it on Facebook?
Grab it and stick it in them.
Okay. You can. Well, yeah, I don't think you can post pictures on the TubeU. Anyway, listen, it's 11:15 and we've got to get on. We've got to get on, otherwise people will be going, hey, I've got to get back to work. The boss is yelling at me. I'm supposed to be working now, and we have a bunch of stuff to do. So we should probably. There you go, Old Hall. Yeah,
I think that worked.
Well, we'll see whether it did. Okay, did it?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. You got a picture there, so. Let's see what happens. All right. So listen, thank you so very, very much. If you could possibly focus on the people for a second.
I was trying to put a picture up for Pam.
That's it.
I don't know if it worked
we can do that. We can do that. I don't know if you can do that when we're actually live. We'll have to
I'll have to try this. I think I can do it. I'm going to try now.
Oh, God. Have I got to keep talking while you do this?
Why not? And you will notice that there is a little pussycat. I don't think it's going to work. Little Mr. Jericho who liked to sleep.
No, you're just opening that in a browser window. That's what you're doing, aren't you?
All right, now just hold on. Just hold on. I can do it.
I don't know. I don't even know how to do that.
All right. So I had made the front of the Old Hall this beautiful garden with rose.
Sparky says paste with Zoom.
With rose quartz. And anyway, I made Jericho a box to sleep in. Doesn't like it.
I don't know. You have to add a photograph somewhere.
It should be able to see the plus sign. It should be going there, but it won't.
Yeah.
Oh, well, people.
We'll figure it. We post it in the link afterwards so you can see it.
All right.
And so there you go. So, yeah, we'll tell you all about pussycats and all that fun stuff later because we're way over time.
Tons of Fantastic Fridays.
Oh, my goodness gracious me. And this is just the beginning. Things start to get really weird. I promise. This is the whole darn story is just ridiculously fantastic.
Oh, it gets crazier.
And you know what? It gets crazier with each passing day.
It's still a trip, isn't it?
There's some weird stuff. I don't know.
Some things we can't even talk about, but we just go like this to each other.
I'm convinced she's the sovereign goddess of weirdness, and that wherever she goes, weirdness assembles to pay off
every once in a while
to her.
He'll whisper to me, your sovereignty reigns. Yes.
So we love it, though. I wouldn't change it for the world. So listen, thank you so very, very much for watching us today. We very much appreciate that. Please like, comment and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at Awareness Shop. Follow us on Twitter at Awareness Shop. We're doing our best to be less of a well-kept secret, because we are pretty much a well-kept secret. And we'd like to share a lot more of the joy with a lot more people. So please, tell your friends about our show on YouTube and on the Face. And
so there's a separate post on the Awareness Shop's Facebook page of Old Hole Cottage. Of course, we painted it lavender.
Beautiful.
With Jericho in his little cat bed full of cat mint because he kept eating whatever I put in there.
Getting ahead of it. We'll tell you all about that another day. So listen, thank you so very, very much for watching.
Happy Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. Yeah, March is almost done. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we'll see you back here on Monday
for Elevensies.
Elevensies with Lisa and Anton, which will be episode 21, would you believe? We've done 21 of them already.
All right,
I suppose we should officially drink on it or something like that. No, maybe not. All right.
Coffee.
Okay.